good to be sitting down, filming and talking to you guys, especially because this is the official, or my official, not the official, but my official EDC 2019 festival recap and review. I have been taking notes literally the whole trip on my phone so that I didn't forget anything. For all of you guys at home who didn't get the chance to go to EDC, or for some of you guys who did go and were waiting to hear my thoughts about it, I did not want to miss anything. I do just want to start out this video letting you guys know that I am coming out with daily vlogs next week, so the week of the 27th. I'm going to be doing a vlog for day 1, 2, and 3 of the festival. And I'm doing a fully dedicated episode of my podcast, Rave Culture, which will be out on Wednesday, which is going to be much longer, more detailed, more stories, and that is an EDC Las Vegas festival review as well. Today's video, I just wanted to get up this week for any of you guys who are feeling those post-EDC blues. I'm right there with you, but I'm going to be including a ton of my clips in here and just basically giving you guys like the rundown of how my experience went, how the trip to Vegas was, the good, the bad. I'm sure a lot of you have seen on social media a couple things that have happened while we were all there, so I'm going to be talking about it all. I did also just want to mention that I currently am sick. This is my 5th year attending EDC. I have gotten sick every single time. This might be the worst I've ever gotten sick, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't even know if I could film this today, but I was like, I have to come out with a video this week. I'm out of breath. But yeah, I don't know if how are you guys feeling? Let me know down in the comments. I kind of had a feeling when we were at the festival with the winds and the amount of like sand and stuff that was being kicked up. I will be talking about the weather in this video. I kind of had a feeling that I would get sick, but literally when I got home on Tuesday till now, it's Thursday, just my throat and my nose have just been getting worse, and I've been absolutely like exhausted. It's been hard. It's literally been hard to get up. It's been hard. So anyway, all that aside, I knew filming this video would make me feel better. So let's just get right into the festival recap. Okay, so just to give you guys a quick rundown of how Vegas went for me. So this year I flew in really late Wednesday night. I went with my best friend Tara, her younger brother Eric, and my best friend Brady, who is from Salt Lake City. The 3 of us came from New Jersey. We stayed in the Stratosphere Wednesday night, just like in a basic room. It was fine. It was whatever. The Stratosphere is like all the way up the strip, so it's kind of out of nowhere, but we literally got in and went to sleep. And then the next morning on Thursday, when we went to check out at 11, pretty much the entire casino was checking out. It literally took us 30 minutes to get down the elevator. We were on the 8th floor, but we were like, do we just walk down the stairs with all of our luggage? Like, what do we do? So to start the trip off, we were like, oh my God, this is like, oh, this is kind of ridiculous. But we ended up making it down, and it was actually pretty funny because I think it was in the Stratosphere that I had bumped into my first subscriber. They actually tweeted at me and they were like, oh my God, I saw Emma Kapotes on the elevator, and then I bumped into them later, so that was really funny. Oh, and I forgot to mention, on the plane ride to Vegas, I met subscribers on the plane, so I already had a good feeling going into the weekend that I was going to meet a lot of people, but yeah, this couple came up to me on the plane and introduced themselves, and then when they walked by, like the 2 rows like in front of us and next to us, like turned around, they were like, I thought you were that YouTuber. I've watched all your videos. So I was just dying. I was like, this is gonna be crazy. Like, the difference between last year and this year was unreal, but I'm gonna get into that. Thursday, Brady ended up joining us. We stayed at the Park MGM this year. I'll insert a bunch of pictures and clips. They recently renovated it. I would highly suggest it. Our room was beautiful. The hotel was really nice. They built a brand new Eataly, which, if you guys are unfamiliar, Eataly is basically like a giant Italian marketplace. There's one in New York City that I've been to, and it just had so much food, so many bars. So we actually, the first day, went and got a couple drinks and had some pizza there. So that was really nice having that in the hotel, and they had a ton of other restaurants. We also went out and checked like the pool area, but because the weather in Las Vegas was the worst, we actually really did not get to the pool at all that whole weekend. But yeah, so that was like the main gist of Thursday. We kind of like laid low. We just wanted to all see each other and hang out together. And then our good friends Sarah and Mike, who are a part of our EDC family, flew in from Maryland, and we wanted to go out with them that night. So we ended up doing Encore Beach Club had a night swim, and it was Rufus du Sol. So we were super excited about that. We got all dressed up. We kind of knew the weather going in was gonna be cold, especially like in the years past. EDC has been like 100 degrees or more, or like in the 90s. So we got all dressed up. We got a promoter, and we were on a guest list line, and we were literally standing online. They told us to get there at like 9:30. The club didn't open until around 10:30. So we were standing on this guest list line for a straight up hour, and when I tell you it was freezing, like I was shivering, and I had to pee really bad, but that's TMI. It's freezing. Anyway, and then there was a girl behind us online who was throwing up, so it just was like a weird situation. But luckily Sarah and Mike got to come out with us. It was a really good time. Encore Beach Club is beautiful. I've never done a night swim before. The cold weather was like distracting, and I'm sure a ton of you will agree with me about the weekend, but it was just like so distracting. We saw Rufus to Soul. I think we only stayed for about like 45 minutes of their set because they came on around like 1:30. Once you were in the crowd and you were dancing, it was fine. So we ended up having a really good night, and then we went home to rest and recover. And then Friday was day one of EDC. We did a pool party. We went to Chaos, which is at the Palms. It's brand new. I loved it. We had such a good time. I highly recommend going to Chaos. We knew it was going to be Armin van Buuren, but we did not know that Sunnery James and Ryan Marciano were opening for him.
Had no idea they were playing here. What a surprise.
So that was really, really cool. So it was like a surprise. When we got to the club, Eric was wearing a Mets jersey, and we walked up and the bouncer was like, "You can't come in with a jersey." So we were like, oh God, okay, what do we do? And he was like, oh, you could buy a locker for $45. And we were like, it's just bizarre. Vegas is bizarre. So they let him in shirtless, but they wouldn't let him in with the jersey. It didn't make any sense. And mind you, when we arrived to the club, like it was cold, cloudy, and windy. Like we were all fucking freezing. So poor Eric's walking in shirtless. And then by the grace of the rave gods, the sun finally came out for like the whole rest of the day. So it was absolutely beautiful. We got like really hot and had an incredible time. I will insert some clips from the club. Loved it. I would go back there. Armin was awesome. Drinks were like 20 bucks. Like I think I had 2 glasses of champagne. It was $40. So I didn't really drink too much there, but we were just like dancing and having so much fun. So it was a great start to the day. We knew we wanted to be at EDC for 7 p.m. because Io was playing at Circuit Ground. So we got back to the hotel. We had enough time to get ready. Oh, and I did meet some I can't talk. I met some subscribers at the pool. So that was really cool. Thank you guys for coming up to me. We went and got ready. I like loved my outfit on Friday. I had this like neon yellow hair that I braided in, and I was wearing like an I Heart Rave's mesh dress and a lime blonde like snakeskin bikini set. So whatever, we did an Uber. This is where the night starts going wrong. I will say out of all of the 3 days, Friday was, music-wise, loved it, but experience-wise, Friday was my least favorite. Uber took about an hour and a half, which was crazy. That's why when people ask me how long does it take, like Saturday it took us 45 minutes, Friday it took us an hour and a half. So you really just have to leave yourself a lot of time to get there. I think we got in the Uber around 6 or 5:45. So we were there right in time for Io. We got to the festival. It was incredible. By far, I'll talk about all the stage designs, but by far my favorite festival layout and stage designs. Year 5, this was my favorite. I think they absolutely killed it. The amount of space we had was great. I think the layout of where the stages were, they nailed it. There definitely was some sound bleed. I will say that I heard Wasteland when I was at Base Pod and when I was at Main Stage, and same thing with like Circuit Ground's Quantum Valley Neon. Depending on where you were standing, you could kind of hear some of the stages, but I think the designs were beautiful. So anyway, we get there and I'm like, okay, it's kind of cold, but like when we're in the crowd, it won't be a big deal. We go straight to Circuit Grounds. We had VIP experience this year. I'm not gonna talk too much in detail today about VIP. I'm gonna do a separate video fully dedicated to what the experience was like and if I think it's worth it, so stay tuned for that. But we went straight into VIP for Circuit Grounds to go check it out. They either had a platform that you could go up a couple stairs and watch, or you could go straight on the ground, and it was just like sectioned off from GA. So we went up on the platform. The view was spectacular. It was so cool. I met a subscriber right away. Hi, Asia. She was so lovely. She had a table with her friends. And she like ran right up to me, so it was so incredible talking to her. She has a YouTube channel. Seriously, good luck with everything. But yeah, and she like brought me a shot over, so that was so cool. She like kickstarted my whole weekend of meeting subscribers. And Io, oh my God, killed it. I like love him even more now. I would see him again in an absolute heartbeat. His set was awesome. I have never seen Circuit Grounds that crowded for the first set of the night. So props to him, he did an amazing job. After him, I think we walked around, like we went and filled up our camelbacks, and just sort of liked to do a quick lap just to see where everything was at. We did see Zeke Beek's back-to-back champagne drip at Base Pod for a little bit, so that was cool. I actually liked Base Pod's design more this year than last year. I think I got to spend a little bit more time. I really liked the production of it. I thought they did a great job. But when we were at that stage, this is when we started to notice like how cold it was, and it was starting to creep in, and I was like, I think I might need to go buy a sweatshirt before the night moves on. So we go to one of the merch lines, and I think within 20 minutes we had barely moved, so we ended up giving up. That was the one that was right to the right of Cosmic Meadow. Then we're like, okay, let's like just stay in the crowd, keep moving, we'll be fine. So then we ended up going to Stereo Bloom, and we saw Bijou. He did a really great job, very housey. Stereo Bloom is awesome. The sound system is so fucking loud there. I'm glad I wore my earplugs all weekend. That definitely like saved my hearing. Bijou was great. I actually was wearing my lunchbox backpack, which saved my life. It's an anti-theft hydration pack. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to learn more about them. I'm going to be doing a full video on how my experience was with that hydration pack, so stay tuned for that. But Tom, who is the owner of Lunchbox, saw my glowing backpack in the crowd at Stereo Bloom and like ran over to me. So to meet him in person was awesome. He was absolutely lovely. This is just like why I love EDC. Like you finally get to meet these people that you've been talking to online in person and like form relationships with them and make a connection. So it was very cool meeting these people in person. So then after that, we're gonna go see Solardo back-to-back Idris Elba and then see Blacklist, but I like was in pain. I was so cold. I was like, there's no way, like, can we please go to another merch line? So Brady and I went and waited online. I think we were online for about 40 to 45 minutes. It was painful. I'll say that. It was like the most painful 45 minutes, like so much crowding. I will say this year was the most crowded I've ever seen EDC. Like they said, it became the biggest EDM festival in the world. You could feel it in the crowds everywhere, on the water refill lines, like absolutely everywhere. There were so many people, and when we were on our merch line, the woman who was in front closed her cash register and just left. So all of a sudden our entire line had to now merge into the middle person. And that is one thing I will say about EDC. In the past several years, I have felt that they never have had enough people at their merch lines and their general stores. They usually have like one person who is going to grab the stuff and ringing you up, and to me that makes no sense. Like there should be a person at the cash register and they turn around and they have a runner who goes and gets the products. Like these people were doing everything by themselves, and it was absurd, terrible workflow. So I would say Insomniac really needs to improve on the amount of employees they have in their merch lines, because it was upsetting and people were pissed. Anyway, I finally literally like fight my way to the front because I was like, this is do or die, like we have to do this. And every single long sleeve item was sold out. So I ended up buying an $80 EDC blanket, which saved my life that night. But that was extremely upsetting because there were all these people who had been waiting behind me who couldn't get anything. So that was crazy. The night really took off. I'll just quickly say we saw Blacklist, who is Zoo's techno alias. Incredible, such a cool vibe. It was like very sexual. All the imagery was like black and white. I had never seen him before, so I loved that. And this was at Circuit Grounds. And then we were at Circuit Grounds for Eric Prydz and Above and Beyond. So the three of those back to back was like literal EDM heaven. Ugh, I can't, like, you guys know how much I love Eric Prydz and Above and Beyond, and the fireworks were like right in between there. Eric Prydz set was incredible. He played Every Day Twice, which is one of my favorite songs. Like I was in literal heaven. I was just like bopping around with my little blanket on. And he did play a song I wanted to mention. He played a song called, I think, Lilo. I think it's called Lilo or Lilo, which was dedicated to a fan who had passed away. So that was really incredible. So he played that song into Every Day, like towards the end of his set. He just absolutely killed it. And then Above and Beyond came on and played one of the best sets I've ever heard them play. And they brought out Seven Lions as a special guest, which I'm wearing my Seven Lions bandana now in my hair. He wasn't playing the whole weekend, so the first night to have, I'm getting teary-eyed, the first night to have him come out during Above and Beyond set was like, blew my mind. I was so happy. I was smiling ear to ear, and they played a new song that they have together, so I can't wait till it comes out. I just was like ecstatic. They put his logo up on the screen and I was like, no fucking way is he here right now. So best surprise ever, best fireworks display ever. It was one of the highlights of my life. It was incredible. After that, we were starting to get like a little tired, but we went all the way to main stage. We saw part of Excision's set. I really didn't spend like much time at main stage at all, but I will say the design was beautiful. I thought the faces were so cool. The production and the lighting that they did was awesome. So I really liked main stage. Excision did a great job. I had made some excision perlers that we gave out to people in the crowd. So that was really dope. Oh, and then somebody actually came up to me during the Prydz set, and a couple people recognized me in the crowd, which that was so cool. And they gave me a candy that said Wolfpack Emma, and it had a little Wolfpack perler. So the fact that I even, like, I know I didn't get to find all of you guys in the crowd, but the fact that I did get to run into some of you in the crowd was so cool. And like, what are the chances? And the fact that you were so thoughtful and you made me candy, like, unreal. Okay, I'm just gonna take this out now. I'm gonna try and go through this. This video is gonna be so long, but when I talk about the meet and greet, I'll show you guys some of the candy I got. But oh, I see it right here. Yeah, so here it is. It's a little wolf, and it says Wolfpack Emma. Oh, I could cry. You guys are the best. So that was incredible. I literally have neon hair everywhere. It's like disgusting. Oh, and we also did catch like a very brief amount of Gareth Emery's laser face. So that was really cool. I've never seen him before. This is the end of night 3. We actually got really tired. We didn't stay for all of Excision, and we didn't make it to Gorgon City back-to-back Camel Fat, sadly. We were like, let's just call it a night. We were super exhausted. So here's where the night ends. We went to the Uber 10 at around, I want to say 4 a.m. I luckily got an Uber pretty quickly because a lot of people like were not getting service. And it said our Uber was about 15 minutes away. She didn't get to like an assigned spot for about an hour and a half, which if any of you guys have waited in that parking lot, I'm not even gonna get into it. You know how painful it is. You're just so exhausted mentally and physically, and you're like, wow, fuck, this is the absolute worst experience. And again, when I say how cold it was, we were dying, like everyone was dying, you know? So we were absolutely freezing. By the time we got in the car, it took another hour and a half, so we got to our hotel around 7:15 a.m. Saturday morning. The whole experience with traffic on Friday was by far the worst. No bueno. We were questioning doing Uber for a second there because it just was unreal. We couldn't even believe it. So anyway, so that was Friday. Saturday, we pretty much like basically sleep all day long, wake up, and we slept pretty late Saturday, so we had to pretty much just like get ready. And Saturday was my meetup, so I really wanted to get like dressed and have like cute face gems and do my favorite outfit. So I was wearing this marble and black Freedom Rave wear bodysuit. I had fishnets on. I had my glitter boots from Raves. I had a little bandana in my hair, and I did all these cute face gems from Lunatics. Loved my outfit. Saturday was a much quicker time. Like I said, with Uber, we ended up getting there before the festival even opened. That was really cool. And again, we had VIP. So the good thing about VIP is like you have a different entrance. So you skip like the security ID checkpoint. So we flew right in, but you do merge into the same bag check line. So you only skip like a portion of the line, but we never waited at all for VIP entrance, so that was awesome. So Saturday, since we got there so early, we had some time to like look around. So we went and checked out the VIP area at Kinetic Field, which was awesome. It was by far the biggest VIP area. They had like an indoor section that had like photo booth moments, a barbershop, a glitter bar. They had a screen, which on Sunday they were playing the Game of Thrones episode, so that was cool. And then outside they had like bars, food, bathrooms, water refill. There was a pool. What else did they have? They had a candy making station. They had like a whole kinetic energy thing, a hookah bar. Like it was ridiculous. And then they had a huge viewing platform and stuff, so that was cool. They had cornhole that we played like one game of. So that's what we did. And then next we went to downtown EDC for the meetup. Whew, this is the portion of the video I was nervous to talk about because I know I'm gonna cry. To say it surpassed my expectations is literally an understatement. I was so nervous when we like were walking over there because I was just like, I don't know what to do. Do I just stand here? Like I didn't know how I was gonna get through everything. And luckily I walked up and the first girl was there, and I'm gonna put a clip in here. I got a video with her. Yeah, there were just like a couple people, so I just initially said hi. I finally got to meet you guys and talk to you and trade candy, and everyone was just like so incredibly sweet. And then all of a sudden, this like line starts forming, and it's like going and like wrapping behind the little building there. And it was just like such a chaotic area in downtown EDC. Like there were circus performers and like all this stuff happening. And I just was like trying not to think about it because I was gonna get overwhelmed. And Cotton Candy came by like very briefly, but she ended up like losing her wallet and had to go find it, so that's why she was like kind of running around. And Jemmy stopped by too, which was awesome. Oh my god, like I couldn't even believe it. It was like the highlight of my entire life. Oh, this is where I'm gonna get emotional. Oh no. Okay, I will just say this. Let me get my shit together. the fact that the group of people were from all different ages, all different races, gay, straight, bisexual, first timers, rave veterans, like it was such a diverse group of people. I was so fucking proud because I was just like, this is it, like this is what it's all about. We're all from all different, oh my god, this is not helping my throat. We're from like all different backgrounds, and yet like we all have this one thing in common, which is what's so incredible. And that's, I think, why EDC is just so special, because you finally get to like be yourself for a weekend. I don't know, it's just like such a real connection, and I'm just so incredibly proud of the community that we've built together and the family that we have here. And to just like, I recognize some of you guys, like I know your names if you are commenting all the time and stuff like that. So to see you guys in person, the gifts that you gave me, I will cherish forever. The fact that you took time, oh god, oh god, help me. This is not helping my EDC blues right now. Okay, the fact that you guys took time to like literally make me custom candy that is so thoughtful, and you guys did things that like you know that I like and that are special to me. Like I have my little YouTube Rave mom, love that one. I had the wolf pack. Oh, I love this one. Ingrid from Seattle made me this. Oh, somebody gave me a little butterfly, and it's like my favorite color. Oh, I loved this one, Queen Yas, and it's like a little lipstick perler. Like, you guys just know me so well, and it's this little EDC one with the little letters on it. I loved this. It's like a little popsicle that was so freaking cute. I got a little troll doll. Oh my god, I love this one. Someone made me a Bite This Jaws perler. I was wearing this like all Sunday because my outfit was Jaws. Anyway, you guys, there's so many in here. This was incredible. I got so many perler necklaces. I got a rose perler, I got a unicorn perler, I got one that said just smile. I can't stress enough like how incredible that night was for me. It made me more motivated than ever to do this. It made me feel like, you know, like we really are making an impact here. There really is a community here. And I truly hope you guys enjoyed your weekend and it was life-changing for you, despite even like the bumps up and down. Yeah, it just, you guys changed my life. I genuinely am so flattered to have met all of you. It was extremely humbling. And yeah, the things that you guys said to me were so special, and I will never forget that night. Oh my god, I'm done. Okay, I love you guys so much, you know that. But yeah, send me all of your pictures if you haven't already, and your videos, because I'm like holding on to them forever. I sent them to like my whole family. I like couldn't fucking believe it. It was incredible. Okay, I'm done crying now. But yeah, just thank you all for your constant support, your kind words, your messages. I'm gonna be doing bigger and better things with this channel, with my podcast. I'm gonna be going to as many festivals as I can to meet even more of you. So thank you so much for your love and your support. But anyway, so after this, the meet and greet ended up being a full hour. I was there from 8 until 9 p.m. We went to Nitty Gritty set at Circuit Grounds. Fucking incredible. I would see him again in a heartbeat. We only saw the last half an hour of his set, but it was that fun that it was like stands out as one of the most memorable sets to me of the entire weekend. After Nitty Gritty, we ended up staying and we saw Arm & Hammer, which they were really good. They were kind of like an adventure club kind of vibe. And then they announced the special guest that night was going to be Skrillex. So we were in the VIP area at Circuit Grounds, and it was the most packed the entire weekend. The GA, like people couldn't even move. We were like, it was very claustrophobic. I heard a lot of people complaining about the crowd at Skrillex, but I think when you basically have the entire festival at that stage, like you're gonna have some good and bad people. I think a lot of people were just shoving to get to the front. I know it was really rough. After that, we went and saw Zoo. Finally got to see Zoo for the first time. He did not disappoint. One of the most unique sets of the weekend. It was a whole live performance. He sang, he had instruments. I got to hear In the Morning and Me Roomba. Like, oh, I was dancing that whole set. It was incredible. And then after him, we went to go see Io back-to-back No Mana at the Parliament art car, but we're idiots and we ended up walking all the way around and we went to the Mayan art car, which we didn't know was the Mayan art car. So we danced for about a half an hour, apparently it was Mandrake's set. And there weren't that many people there. And again, it was pretty fucking cold on Saturday, but we had the time of our lives. And then about halfway through, I realized we were not at the right art car. So then we went to Parliament and actually got on the art car, which that was my first time ever getting on one. So we caught like the last 10 minutes of Io. I ended up making friends with this kid who was sitting next to me. He like couldn't get his earplugs out of this like little bottle, so I gave him my extra pair of earplugs. And yeah, just like moments like that are very like plur, and you know, it's sharing is caring, you guys, so you gotta look out for each other. But that was a really cool moment. And then we walked around to the front because we were gonna catch the end of Cascade, and turns out Cascade's set was shut down, so that was crazy. The wind was so bad on Saturday. I cannot exaggerate. Like, it was so fucking cold when you weren't in the crowd and you were just walking around. So Cascade and RL Grime both had their sets closed down. They were supposed to evacuate the stage, but I gather people evacuated the entire festival. So that was no bueno, and I can understandably see why people would be upset or didn't have the best experience if you were one of those people that evacuated, but that really didn't affect our group. So then we swung around and we saw Black Tiger Sex Machine for a little bit, and then we went to go see a bit of Keizo at Circuit Grounds. It's my first time seeing him. He was really, really good. And then again, we were just like done. Our bodies were done. So I ended up not seeing Dylan Nathaniel, which I was super bummed about, but we ended up leaving the festival around 4 again. Had no problem, got an Uber right away. This guy was like, call an XL, you'll get it so much faster. So we did that and it worked. So we got home and we slept very, very long. I think we woke up though a lot earlier, and we woke up at like 1 o'clock on Sunday. And like I ended up bringing a sweatshirt with me on Saturday, so that like really helped. And I also had these like knee-high socks, so I was like a little bit more prepared for the weather. So going into Sunday, I was just like reading things online, and Sunday was supposed to be the worst weather-wise. They were saying it was going to be the coldest. Pasquale ended up putting out a note saying that they like made some adjustments to the stages so that they wouldn't have to like do any shutdowns. And I just heard a lot of people saying that they like weren't gonna go to the festival because of the weather, they were feeling sick, or they didn't like the crowd. And we were like, what the fuck, like how do you not go? I ended up meeting up with the Raving Princess from Instagram. She made me a special kimono, which was incredible. Thank you again so much for that. It was lovely meeting you. I ended up changing my outfit completely on Sunday because I was gonna literally be in fishnets, a bodysuit, and this kimono, and I was like, you know what? I'm saving that for Electric Zoo, so I will be wearing that outfit at some point, but I literally went in fishnets, my Adidas leggings, a Jaws t-shirt, and a sweatshirt, and I was in that the entire night, and we had the best fucking time because we were prepared for the weather. So it was actually so funny seeing everyone walking around on Sunday, like literally in sweats. Sunday ended up being my favorite night by far. I had the best time. So I feel bad for anybody who didn't end up going Sunday, but personally it was the best night in my opinion. So we ended up getting there. It took a long time with Uber. Again, we left late. We left at like 6:30, and I don't think we got in until like 8ish, maybe a little before. We went straight to Camel Fat, and the cool thing is Cosmic Meadow also had a VIP area. It was just like a sectioned off area right in front of the stage. So we saw Camel Fat, and then Chris Lake came on after, which for some reason I didn't even have him on my schedule. So that was a pleasant surprise. So we stayed for Chris Lake. He was one of my favorite sets of the whole weekend. I was like shuffling like crazy, having a great time. And it was so cool to be like right in front of the stage. And then we finally went to Quantum Valley. So this was the one and only Quantum Valley set we saw the whole weekend. It was Andrew Bayer. He did a great job. I actually really, really liked that stage. I think there could be some improvements to it, but we had a great time. We really loved it. We went in the VIP area. So it was a roped off area that was connected to Neon Garden and Quantum Valley. And they had like bathrooms, interactive stuff. They had like a little photo booth wall. There were all these dancers hanging out back there. So that was really, really good time. And we swung around and went to catch a little bit of Enrico San Giuliano. He was at Neon Garden. We had cut through Neon Garden throughout the weekend, but we didn't actually get to see anybody. So to actually stay there for like 20 minutes, I wish I had been there much, much longer, but at least we got to experience like pretty much all of the stages this year, except for Wasteland. But I'm very proud of myself. We got on an art car and we got to almost all the stages this year. So I think we killed it. Enrico was dope. And then Eric's favorite is Chami. So we went to Chami and Mala at Cosmic Meadow. We had so much room. We were dancing up on like the concrete kind of area, and they were so fun. It was such a good time. We were having a blast. We really, really, really liked them. And then after that, we rushed over to Circuit Grounds. We caught the end of Zed's Dead, so that was cool. And then we were in the VIP area for Elenium. I bumped into 2 of the subscribers who I met on the meet and greet on Saturday, so good to see them. I'll put a clip in here. So we were all like dancing and hanging out together. It was incredibly packed. It was almost as packed as Skrillex was, so that was like a lot. I know a lot of people said the crowd was a lot. And then finally, oh, I didn't mention this, they didn't do the fireworks on Saturday, which really sucked, but it was so windy, so they launched all of the remaining fireworks on Sunday. So that was really cool. The fireworks were like spectacular, as they always are. And then Elenium, I hate to say this, the beginning and the end of his set were really good. We ended up leaving to go to the bathrooms during it because he had sort of like a lull in the middle. So it wasn't my favorite Elenium set that I've ever seen, but it was still like great. And then we ended up leaving him early, and we went to Dylan, and we were up in the viewing platform in the VIP area at Kinetic Field. Dylan revived us. Like, we were exhausted at that point. Like, by far my body like was shutting down on Sunday, and Dylan just like shot our energy right back up. He is amazing. Every time I see him, I love his music. His set was so fun. We were like dancing our asses off in the kinetic area. It was so good, and we finally got to see like a full set at main stage, so it was really cool to be over there. And then that was it. We decided to head out after Dylan. Didn't turn back. We're so exhausted. We slept literally like 10 hours when we got home. No problem Sunday, and literally slept till like 3 o'clock on Monday. Just fully like mind, body, soul exhausted. We just hung out at the park MGM. We gambled. We went to dinner at this like beer house place that was at the park MGM and just hung out, and it was incredible. And then I flew home. We had to be up at 3 a.m. on Tuesday for a 6 a.m. flight home, hence why I'm still recovering and why I'm still dead. This is my like 30-minute recap on EDC, you guys. I will be telling you even more stories and even more details in my Rave Culture podcast next Wednesday, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. Please sound off in the comments, who were your favorite sets? How was your experience? Like, was it good? Was it bad? What did you think of this year? What were your favorite stages? I will really quickly just say this was my favorite year so far. I think the meetup just makes this so special to me, and Circuit Grounds was by far my favorite stage. We basically like lived there the whole weekend. I thought the design was incredible. Cosmic Meadow was awesome. I loved the setup of everything. It was a little too crowded for me this year. It was a lot. We were lucky because the VIP areas, we could all like do everything in one quick stop, so we could fill our water, go to the bathroom, get food. Future Emma here. Just wanted to pop on super fast at the end of the video. I also watched this whole thing and realized I didn't stress enough how much it meant to me to be with my Rave family this year. I love you guys more than words can say. I will cherish these memories forever. You guys know how much I love you. But to be together again for year 5 was incredible. It was so nice having Eric there this year. We all just like fit together so well, and it's just like such an incredible connection that we all have, and I love you guys so much. Okay, bye. But energy wise, I am deflated. I'm exhausted, but EDC will always be my favorite festival. I will always have a special place in my heart for you. I am incredibly lucky to have met all of you guys this weekend. I hope you are all recovering and you guys all have the best experience. I did do a video on like how to recover from festivals last year. I put it on my community board, so go check that video out if you're struggling a little to get back into your normal routine. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this recap, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.